What's the craziest way a Karen's complaint video went viral and got her fired? I was working my shift at this smoothie place, minding my business, when this lady walked in acting like she owned the entire mall. She didn't say hi, didn't smile, just walked straight to the counter like she was about to negotiate a hostage situation. She ordered some complicated drink with like 12 modifications. Almond milk, no ice, extra protein, half a banana, 2 pumps of agave, coconut flakes, chia seeds, and just a whisper of cinnamon. A whisper. Ma'am, cinnamon doesn't have a volume setting, but fine. I wrote it all down, repeated it back to her twice, and she nodded like I just passed some kind of test. Then she pulled out her phone and started recording me. Not like sneaky recording. Full on held it up, aimed it at my face, and just stood there watching me like I was a zoo animal performing tricks. I looked at her. She didn't blink. I said, can I help you with something? She goes, just making sure you do it right. Cool. So now I'm making a smoothie under surveillance like I'm assembling a bomb. I followed her recipe exactly. Measured everything, whispered the cinnamon. Blended it perfectly. Poured it into the cup, popped the lid on, handed it to her with the fakest smile I could muster. She took one sip, and her face went from neutral to full nuclear meltdown in 0.5 seconds. She slammed the cup on the counter so hard I thought the lid was going to launch into orbit. This is disgusting. I blinked. You followed the recipe? Yes. Ma'am? Then why does it taste like garbage? Lady, you designed the garbage. She starts going off, loud, like everyone in the food court could hear her. You ruined my day. I came here for one thing, and you can't even make a smoothie correctly. Ma'am, it's 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. If a smoothie ruined your day was already pretty fragile. But she wasn't done. She whipped out her phone again, this time aiming it directly at me, and started her villain monologue. This is the worst employee I have ever encountered. Look at her. Look, she doesn't care. She has no respect. Someone needs to fire her immediately. I just stood there. What was I supposed to do? Argue with a phone? She kept ranting. This place is a joke. The manager needs to know about this. I'm calling corporate. I'm posting this everywhere. Then she turned to the growing crowd of people watching and goes, you all see this, right? This is unacceptable. One guy with a pretzel just nodded to avoid conflict. She stormed out, smoothie in hand, still filming herself like she was shooting a documentary on injustice. I looked at my coworker Miguel. He looked at me. We both shrugged and went back to work. I didn't think about it again until the next day. My manager Darius called me into the back office. He looked stressed, like more stressed than usual. He pulled out his phone and said, you seen this? It was her. Brenda. That was her name, apparently. She posted the whole rant to TikTok, tagged our store location, used hashtags like #terribleservice and #worstemployeeever. The video had 1.2 million views. I felt my soul leave my body. But then Darius started laughing. Not a polite laugh. A full, ugly, can't breathe kind of laugh. He scrolled down to the comments. They were ruthless. She ordered that and then complained? Ma'am, that's on you. Why is she yelling at minimum wage employees like they invented the recipe? Someone find out where she works so we can complain about her. And then someone did. Within 24 hours, the internet found her LinkedIn. Turns out Brenda worked in HR at some corporate firm downtown. People started tagging her company, leaving reviews, calling her out for being aggressive and unhinged over a drink she personally customized. Her company's PR team went into full damage control. They posted an apology, distanced themselves from her behavior, and then, 2 days later, she got fired for screaming at a smoothie employee on TikTok. She tried to post a follow-up video explaining herself. It got ratioed into oblivion. Someone even made a remix of her yelling disgusting, and it went viral. Meanwhile, our smoothie place got a huge spike in business. People started coming in asking for the Brenda special. Darius printed out her TikTok and hung it in the back room with a gold star sticker. I got a raise, not because I did anything special, just because the universe decided to be fair for once. And Brenda, last I heard, she deleted all her social media and moved to a different state, all because she couldn't handle a smoothie she designed herself.